Imagine turning on your TV, scrolling through your phone, or hearing it on the radio. Every single news channel buzzing with the same breaking story. Weather forecasters across America are releasing their first big predictions for the months ahead, and what they're saying has everyone from city dwellers to farmers and firefighters paying close attention. The long, blazing summer of 2025, which has already shattered records and brought both deadly floods and suffocating heat, is about to give way to fall, or maybe not. The forecast suggests something unusual, even unsettling, could be coming. From the Climate Prediction Center to AccuWeather, experts are warning that above normal temperatures might grip almost the entire United States through October, meaning many places will hold on to summer-like heat far longer than usual. Picture it. September mornings that should feel crisp instead feel muggy, sweat rolling down your back in what should be sweater weather. AccuWeather says warm, humid air will linger across the eastern half of the country well into autumn, delaying the true arrival of cooler weather, a delay that could carry serious consequences, especially for wildfires. In the West, meteorologists are already sounding alarms about the danger of strong wind events in central and southern California as early as September. Winds that could easily ignite massive fires or fan the flames of existing ones. In the north, bone-dry thunderstorms without enough rain to douse the ground could send bolts of lightning into parched landscapes, sparking blazes in states already on edge. And there's another threat hanging in the air, quite literally. The wildfires already roaring across parts of Canada and the western U.S. are expected to keep sending plumes of smoke drifting into the Midwest and Northeast deep into the fall. Millions of people from Minneapolis to Chicago could look up and see a hazy sky, smell faint smoke in the breeze, and feel the grit of ash in the air, even if no flames burn nearby. AccuWeather's Paul Pastelak warns that the wind and weather patterns will keep carrying that smoke high in the atmosphere, crossing hundreds of miles to reach cities in the Great Lakes and beyond. But fire and heat aren't the only worries. This season, the same summer that scorched the nation also brought catastrophic flooding to places like Texas, New Mexico, New York, and North Carolina. And forecasters are warning that the threat isn't over yet. Tropical storms and hurricanes, fueled by the warm oceans, are expected to batter vulnerable areas into late summer and autumn. The Appalachians, Ohio Valley, and Central Gulf Coast could face the worst of the flooding, with rivers overflowing and communities stranded. This relentless summer heat has been almost unbelievable. West Virginia recorded its hottest July ever. Philadelphia tied its all-time record for the most days above 90 degrees in a single month, and parts of Florida. And Missouri saw heat indexes that made it feel like 120 and even 128 degrees. People in those states know firsthand what it's like to step outside and feel like you've opened an oven door. The air's so heavy it's hard to breathe. And yet, instead of relief, the fall forecast suggests more extremes ahead. The wildfire threat remains especially high in California, the Rockies, and the Northwest well into October, with dry winds and low humidity creating dangerous tinderbox conditions. The year has already been brutal, from the devastating fires in Los Angeles back in January that scorched tens of thousands of acres and left dozens dead, to the massive blazes currently raging in Arizona's Grand Canyon National Park and Southern California as of early August. Even the Great Lakes region, not normally considered a wildfire hotspot, could see fire risk spike during dry, windy stretches this fall. Pastelak warns that parts of the Northeast and Carolinas could also face heightened fire risk if drought conditions continue, while leftover dry fuels from last year's Hurricane Helene in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia are still primed to burn. As of August 7th, over 42,000 wildfires have been reported in the U.S. this year, the most by this date in at least a decade. Rebecca Patterson from the National Interagency Fire Center says the sheer number is alarming, but it's not just the count. It's the acres lost, the communities threatened, and the fact that so much of the nation is already on edge as we head into what could be one of the hottest, most fire-prone falls in years. The big question now is simple but chilling. With heat lingering, storms brewing, and fires ready to ignite, what will the next 3 months bring? And will this be the year when summer's grip refuses to let go? Asterisk, or will this be the year when summer's grip refuses to let go, stretching its hot, restless fingers deep into autumn and beyond? The signs are everywhere, and they are hard to ignore. Across the nation, farmers who should be preparing for cooler harvests are instead watching their crops wilt in relentless heat. City dwellers who normally welcome September's crisp mornings are sweating through shirts on their way to work. In the mountains, hikers are seeing dry streams where water should be rushing, while in fire-prone valleys, residents are nervously scanning the horizon for any hint of smoke. The pattern is clear. Meteorologists say this is not a normal seasonal shift. The stubborn heat dome that dominated summer is refusing to move, and its persistence could tip the balance toward disaster. In California, seasoned fire crews are bracing for a surge in wildfires, their radios alive with chatter about high wind warnings and low humidity alerts. In the Northeast, communities still cleaning up from summer floods are facing a paradox: soil so waterlogged in some areas it can't absorb another drop, while other stretches of land are bone dry and ready to ignite. Across the Midwest, skies could once again turn an eerie orange as smoke from distant fires drifts hundreds of miles, dimming the sun and coating cars with fine ash. But perhaps the most unsettling forecasts are the ones that extend beyond October, hints that this strange, simmering autumn could be a prelude to something even more extreme. Some climate scientists warn that an unusually hot fall can feed late-season hurricanes in the Gulf, supercharging storms that push far inland. Others caution that the delay in cool weather could disrupt wildlife patterns, trigger pest outbreaks, and strain already fragile ecosystems. It's a chain reaction, and in 2025, all the links seem to be in place. For now, the only certainty is uncertainty, and the uneasy awareness that nature's clock is ticking to a rhythm we no longer fully understand. As forecasters update their maps and satellite images each day, one question lingers in the air like the heavy heat itself. Is this just an unusually long summer? Or are we witnessing the first chapter of a new seasonal reality, one where autumn as we knew it is gone forever?